Hey there, everybody. This is Dmitri Young, and welcome to F.Y.I, where sitting beside me is Robert Fick.
Well, D, it's good to be back another week. Definitely glad to be back. Well, we got a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
Special guest, Mr. Richie Cantor. That is Cantour.
You are?
Right?
No, you. Oh. You kind of smell like centaur.
Welcome to the GoCast
You know what a
Network.
centaur
We really fucked the spelling up.
You know what a centaur
you did that on
is?
purpose?
There you go. Get his goat. Get him. We'll get him.
I figured if I spelt it wrong, that they would do it right.
That's how they centaur. The word centaur,
Spelled it, not
Centaur, is a half man, half horse.
Horse. I thought you said half whore.
Richie is a good friend of Fraser Smith,
Fraser's the man.
Richie's a comedian, actor.
Don't
and
blame me. I get stoned a lot. I take anybody on as friends.
We've done a couple shows, and Richie's got a lot of baseball sense. He's from Philadelphia. We'll cut him a little slack for that. But
Hey, before all of that,
City of motherly love.
motherly love.
Yeah.
I wanted to give my WrestleMania results.
Well, I think before that you should thank somebody.
Oh yes, our troops out there.
Man, you almost forgot.
Yeah.
No, I didn't forget. I just wanted to do the
Thanks. We always
WrestleMania.
give the armed forces a special thanks. They're some of our.
Hey, going
the
back to the
biggest audience we
Revolutionary
have.
War, we got to thank our troops.
Yeah, you look
Otherwise,
like you
we
were
wouldn't be
around
here.
for the Revolutionary
Hey,
War. Which war were you in?
I was in the Civil War.
Oh.
Were you civil?
Yeah. No, not really.
So, yeah, we'll talk WrestleMania, but I think first we need to talk some March Madness and
wow.
the Louisville Cardinals.
Yes, Rick Pitino, congratulations.
Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
What a wonderful game it was last night.
What a day.
I know.
Not only does he win the national championship, the guy went into the Basketball Hall of Fame same day.
And
Unbelievable.
And his horse is in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. Somebody's blessed.
And his son is now
Just
the
got a
head
coaching
coach
head.
at
Yeah.
University of Minnesota.
And he looks like him,
wow.
and he sounds like him. It's weird. Very strange.
Oh, man.
First coach in college basketball history
Yeah.
to win the title at two different schools, Division I schools.
Two different colleges within the same state.
Yeah, he's he's been there 12 years. It's kind of hard to believe that he's been there that long.
Time flies.
What a performance. We'll get into what the Fick were you thinking later. It has to do with the basketball game and the I won't give it away, but what a coaching job Pitino did last night. That was they got down early. They didn't quit. In the semifinals they were down early. They didn't quit. But they were.
My argument, anytime I hear somebody hurling a coach, is the coach doesn't put the ball in the basket. Hancock doesn't make the 5 3-pointers. They're still, crying in the dressing room because they lost by 12 points. So, you got to have players to put the ball in the hoop.
100%. You got to have them. Yeah. But he's developed them dudes. Those are. Like they said, 13 of the toughest dudes he's ever coached, and
including the one that broke his leg.
Yeah, and the one when he did break his leg, I wanted to say Hancock got the most outstanding player, but Hancock was when it happened, he was the only one that wasn't really shook up over the whole deal. He manned up during something that was really hard to deal with. Me personally, I don't know if I could have ran up to a guy with a bone sticking out of his leg. That's a pretty gnarly thing to do. So.
Well, that's kind of the stuff that you look for in NBA players, the guys who have that ice running through their veins. That guy actually wanted to win, so it was like, hey, I feel for you, but we have a mission at hand.
Rise to the occasion, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
That's hey, we're talking about our soldiers. That's what they do in battle.
Yep.
Yes.
They were talking about, besides Trey Burke, who might be a little undersized, that nobody in that game may go on to be in the NBA that played in that game last night.
I would doubt that.
Yeah.
I would doubt that.
Either side?
Yeah,
who was that guy? Who said that?
I
Who
heard
said
it on,
that?
Let me tell you who said that. It was my neighbor that said
Oh, all right. Well, let's
neighbor
shoot your
Tom.
neighbor.
This guy, I respect his basketball opinion. It's true,
Well,
man.
number one, just the center alone, Bohannon, proved his worth on the boards. This guy will get a shot in the NBA.
I said he should have been the MVP. He dominated.
What I thought, when I haven't heard anybody mention this, the strongest player on Louisville was Smith. Smith had a horrible game last night, shot 3 for 16, and they still went on to win. That's how strong that team is.
Yeah, he's a.
They are good.
They're monsters.
Smith announced today that he's going to the NBA.
All right, so tell your neighbor.
That doesn't mean he's going to go stick in the NBA on some team.
No, but I definitely
a lot of guys
think
say
he
they
will.
go to the NBA.
No,
sure.
but the thing is, they're comparing him to guys like Westbrook. He's quick.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to the basket faster than this kid does. That's what makes him exceptional. He stands out.
Siva goes pretty quick. His teammate
Yeah,
Bert
but
goes
it's
pretty quick too.
not as quick as this kid.
I know.
This kid appeared prior to that game. He was averaging 20 a game.
I missed the championship game giving hitting lessons.
Whoa!
You wouldn't.
What was her name?
You wouldn't have watched
What
it anyway.
was her name, man?
That's his excuse. He wouldn't have watched it anyway.
I didn't have any money riding on it, so
Yeah, got you.
But yeah, Louisville, they really, they showed it through the whole
let's
tournament.
not forget. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we have Benito Santiago calling in at 4:20.
Oh,
4:20.
yes.
All right, it's 4:08 my time.
that's good.
Yes, I just wanted to remind everybody.
And
that
we
the
like
the former 1987 Rookie of the Year, the catcher. Oh, I know you're a catcher. You got a lot of catcher questions.
5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover. I believe it was 1987 Rookie of the Year.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And I was teammates with this gentleman in Cincinnati in the year 2000.
Also played for the 2002 San Francisco Giants. It went to the World Series.
Yes,
NLCS MVP, I believe.
that is correct.
His career lasted something like 20 years.
Something.
Somebody did their homework.
Nah, he's just a historian over here.
The guy wakes me up in the middle of the night, tells me Benito Santiago. I thought he was a Mexican drug runner. I had no idea who the guy was.
He actually looks like one, but he actually works with a bank firm.
Right.
Yeah, he's works with financial advisors. And
Right. I knew he was playing with the Padres, so I thought he was going up and back over the border, hustling.
I don't mean to sound stupid, but did he play for the Phillies?
1 year, 1996.
And I said that to you on
And
the
he hit
phone.
I know. I
like
couldn't
30 home runs that year.
The reason I try to forget that 96 team.
But you said to me, I said he played for the Phillies.
I
and
know.
You were like,
I couldn't remember. But I want to ask him about Barry Bonds. That's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, that was a great team. I mean,
Ask him about Barry Bonds.
I know. I got his report. I was a fan. I was a Bonds fan. I mean, Barry Bonds, I could hit home runs. He didn't even need a bat. He could hit home runs with an erection. This guy, if he could still get an erection.
I don't know if he could get an erection. What do you think, Dick?
how's it hanging, Dick?
What do you think, Dick? Dick, could he get an erection?
I don't think he could. Too much of that Balco grease
Oh, Barry.
might be good lube.
Yeah. No, I mean, nobody had a head the size of this guy's basketball on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean,
Him and Magic Johnson look alike.
Fuck Barry Bonds. Let's talk more about Benito.
Yeah.
Benito, to me, I was a catcher my whole life. I didn't play another position until my first year in minor league ball. And Benito Santiago, to me, was the inventor of being flashy behind the plate. Like, look at me, I'll throw your ass out from my knees. Just he had that certain swag that he brought to baseball. Kind of Ricky Henderson's an inventor of swag. Having that cockiness and he wasn't necessarily
Rodriguez wasn't bad either.
He was
you
next.
played with
No,
Rodriguez.
but he
didn't
was.
you?
Yeah, I
Who do
played
you
with
think
Benito
Rodriguez
and-
learned it from? He learned it from Benito. And
Okay.
Benito, he kind of
Best play I ever saw by a catcher. I saw it on TV. Don't hold it against me. 1971 All-Star Game. Bob Skinner, the All-Star right fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, is on first base. Willie Mays is on third. Burris, the catcher. He jumps out in front of the plate, fakes it to second, whiffs around, throws it to third. They tag Mays out.
Oh.
Awesome.
All-Star game.
All-Star.
Why don't they show that stuff on
That's
MLB
why.
Network?
There you go. It's all up here,
Yeah.
babe, if you can tune in.
Where was that All-Star game? 71.
I think it might have been in Detroit Comerica Park.
That was when
Tiger
Pete Rose
Stadium.
ran over Ray Fosse.
Whoa. That's right. That was that 71 or was
That
that
was the same one.
72?
That was 71, the same place.
Same way? Yeah. I remember that. That was vicious. Vicious. Fosse was out for a year or his career? Did he come back?
He came back from
did
it, but
come
he
back.
just wasn't the
Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about is a good friend of ours that we both grew up with, still to this day, is our buddy.
yeah.
He does camps with us. His name's Mike Lieberthal. You heard of him?
He was one of the nicest Philly catchers all time.
Yeah, he's great.
Do you know they
Great
put
player.
he was 25, wasn't he?
He wore number 20,
25 or 24?
25.
24. 24.
Was it 24?
He wore 24.
We got to find this out.
was
Somebody look it
24.
up. 24 and a half. Going
even-
once.
don't even
twice.
look it up.
Sold.
Don't even look
No, they
it up.
put him up on the Philly Hall of Fame. They got a wall in Philly's Park.
Well
And he's-
deserved,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
What a
Clutch-
stud.
real
Great
clutch
guy.
ball player. Knew how to handle pitchers, hitting the clutch. you
Catch
know.
every day.
Yeah.
You know, he showed
Yeah.
up to play every day.
Yeah. Nice ball player.
He was one of those guys that, really taught Rollins, Utley, Howard how to be a pro. And that's
Yeah.
why, I
He
believe,
finished up out here, I think, with the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
Yeah.
he did. He did. He's
Westlake graduate.
I think he was the catcher that started with Kershaw. I think when Kershaw came up as a rookie, I think he was
caught
the
his
catcher.
first game.
I think
Very
he
well
may
could
have.
have. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
It was either
Yeah.
Lieberthal or Osmus, one or the other.
Yeah.
Wasn't Paul LaDuca?
Ooh, no.
No.
But I've seen Paulo Duca lately.
How's he doing?
He's got a gig on TVG. He does horse racing now.
There you go.
He's been in the horses.
Right, there
Yeah,
you go.
Looks pretty cool. Looks a lot of fun. Like
There's
a lot
few
of
ball
fun,
players
you know?
they might have thought were a horse's ass,
Yeah.
but others are horse players.
Nah. LaDuca was good, good
like
player.
Don't mind me.
So what else? Now, if you want, now you can talk about.
Now we
your-
could talk about
well,
WrestleMania. Are
you
you
know,
a wrestling
It's
fan?
not my thing. I'm telling you guys.
I go into the old wrestlers, guys
old
like
wrestlers.
Bruno San Martino.
Well, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this
and he
weekend.
should have been.
What took
Yes.
so long?
Yeah.
Him
Even
and
I know
Vince
that
McMahon, they had a dispute over the years, and so now they mended that.
Best
fence.
wrestling match I ever saw was a guy named Antonio Rocca. Guy wore no shoes. He used to kick people in the face with his smelly feet. He was fighting a guy named Buddy Rogers. Rogers is the champ. Rock is the challenger. It's after they've gone for like two falls are tied, and they're going for the third fall. They've been wrestling for over an hour. The two of them go up in the air. They fly in the air. Boom! They smack on the mat. They're both out. Nobody's moving. Rock is on the lip. Rogers is inside the ring. The referee counts Rock out. Rogers is still the heavyweight wrestling champion of the world.
Well, for WrestleMania, The Rock, who was the WWE champion, went up against John Cena,
Yeah.
and John Cena this time won, and he won the WWE championship.
This time, what do you mean?
This
They
time-
fought before?
They fought last year in Miami in WrestleMania, and The Rock beat John Cena. So it was a rematch.
So now there's going to be another one.
Third, there's got to be a third.
Of course.
Third. Yeah.
Well, The Rock
course,
has to
yeah.
go back to Hollywood, come back over in this area, and make about 5 or 6 more movies at $25 million
exactly.
per.
Well, exactly.
And then he'll take a pay cut and come back to WWE for $15 million and wrestle 4 or 5 matches.
And then there's somebody in Hollywood writing the script of how the third match is going to come out.
Yeah, it's gonna have somebody. Oh, and the Undertaker is now 21-0 in WrestleMania. He beat CM Punk.
21-0. The
Yes.
Undertaker.
What is?
Because he buries you.
It was awesome. And CM Punk, who comes out to Living Colors, Cult of Personality,
Sure.
they performed at WrestleMania. Oh, it was sick. It was sick. Great performance.
I haven't watched wrestling since I was like 9, so I'm pretty much out of this conversation. But I do have one question.
Yes.
Can you please explain the Josh Reddick, the beard, and he has a
Okay.
bet with some wrestler?
All right, there's a wrestler by the name of Daniel Bryan. He's a short guy, vegan. This guy is electric.
Vegan?
Anyway, he's a vegan.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't eat hamburgers.
Right, so he won't eat the guy in the ring because he's a veg.
But he will hump the tree that he's slept on. But anyway, I don't know how this came about, but Josh Reddick, who has a humongous beard, the outfielder with the Oakland A's, and WWE got in touch with him, and they're trying to see who can grow out the biggest beard.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked
Who's winning?
I want to say Daniel Bryan, but if Jason Worth of the Washington Nationals would have been involved, I think it would have been a lot better because he looks a lot like the former wrestler Edge.
Did you ever hear of the baseball team, the House of David?
The House of David.
Every one of these guys had beards that went down to their waists.
So they all look like Duck Dynasty.
There you go. That was it. That was the House
What
of David.
was their home field?
I have no idea. Oh, I just remember
Heaven?
It was a big guy. I have no idea.
They played in heaven.
I think they're still playing in heaven.
Ooh, after a trip.
So, I guess we should talk a little about Marty Foster last night. Joe Nathan got his 300th career save.
That's a lot.
It was
What's the record right now for saves in baseball?
609 by
Mariano
Mariano Rivera.
He is by far the best.
Marijuana Rivera.
All time.
He is.
All time. Whether he's smoking or he's not smoking.
He is the best.
He is.
Yeah.
He makes hitters don't
Period.
look like hitters.
And believe me, they smoke it in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
I was there the game, 2 games after Munson died in the plane crash. The place was reeking with marijuana.
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican.
So Marty Foster,
Yes.
you saw
Yeah,
it,
I
right?
saw that. That was
Strike
awful.
3. I mean, me and Dee have watched
the umpire,
We've
Marty
watched
Foster.
a lot of baseball games and
When
seen
you guys
a
were
lot
playing-
of shitty
when you were
calls.
playing,
Bless your hearts, umpires. We know
Was
it's a
Foster an umpire when you were
yeah,
playing?
yeah. Yeah, and he's cool sometimes. I guess
Sometimes.
they're all cool sometimes.
First pitch.
But it was a curveball down and away, and he just rung his ass up, and
Hot date.
it was. You could see if it was a blowout, but it was a 1-run game, and he did later admit that he really butchered the call, and I guess that's all you.
Hard to deny it. I mean, it's right
Nobody's
there.
getting
That's
on
why
him.
they've got video
Yeah,
today.
The game doesn't continue. The game's over.
Yeah, to me, it's still the beauty of the game is the umpires. Them making the calls. I appreciate that. There's not instant replay on everything. Sure, they check the home runs, but everything else is
But
as
they
is,
never
and-
challenge balls and strikes.
No.
You can't.
Sure.
It's a cardinal. It's a rule in baseball.
You know what? Those guys have enough pride, take enough pride, where they're really trying to make the best calls, and
But boy, do they screw up.
yeah, they do.
Oh,
but like I
Lord
said,
have
it's the
mercy.
beauty of baseball. You know what I mean? If the guy, you don't want this thing to be controlled by the Quest Tech, whatever. If a pitcher keeps hitting a spot 2-3 inches off the plate, I'm a hitter. He deserves to get that call if he can keep hitting
But
it.
you know
And-
what? With
you know?
the umpire's error, sometimes when it's a bang play at first base and you're safe, and at the end of the year you're looking at your average and you're 2 hits away from 300, and you look back at the 2 times that the umpire screwed you up, and then in arbitration where you really get cut in the nuts because you don't get that extra million because you didn't hit 300, and they will use that against you. So in turn, you do look at the umpires like you really screwed me out of some money.
Let me ask you a quick question now. I mean, it's easy to remember the calls that were butchered. How many times did you get a call in your favor where you were safe and you knew you were out? You're not going to remember that come contract
Oh,
time.
I remember that. I remember those too. Hadn't been too often though.
Oh.
Hadn't been too often because I was a bigger player, and bigger players, they usually assume that you're not at first base, so they go, yeah. It's like, come on, I'm saved. No, you're out. I'm not gonna really argue. with
Do you find that the bigger ball players, would Barry Bonds get a call when somebody else wouldn't?
Definitely balls and strikes.
Balls and strikes.
Oh, yeah.
But not safe at first, second, or third.
No. He's that's definitely. I mean, it's one of the rules. If you're a veteran hitter, your strike zone's probably a little tighter, and probably well deserved. You earn that right. But the umps like to test the young guys. It's all
Of
part.
course.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
We'll test them.
Will you snap out?
Right. Well, how will the young kid react?
Will you
know
pull
what
a
I mean?
Jimmy Pearsall and climb the fence? And
Exactly. Will you pull a? I won't say it, but the umpires they got a tough job, man. They're under a microscope, and overall they do good job. It's tough. But
I would hate to be wearing that protection and that uniform they have on a hot summer humid day.
oh yeah.
In a place down in Florida or something. That's got to be
But
crazy.
here's some information about the umpires that you may not know. Like, people think that ball players, not you personally, that ball players show up at 1, 2 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game. But umpires really show up about 5:30, 6 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game.
Right, that's not
Yeah.
bad. Well, they don't have to really warm up.
I think they need to look at video. That looks like a strike.
All right, fuck the umpires. Let's talk some more baseball.
There you
That's what
go.
I
And
said.
that's probably
Dude,
where
I
the
got
majority
eject-
of our listening audience
Dude,
is.
I
Get
was
the fuck off the umpire.
Probably ejected 20 times in my career, so the umps can all
wow.
blow me as far as I'm concerned. Last week, Chris Davis, Baltimore Orioles. You got to
Oh,
talk
yes.
about him.
Yes.
What he did.
What did he do?
4 homers, 17
Oh, yeah,
RBIs.
yeah,
He
yeah,
broke
yeah,
the
yeah,
record.
yes,
He
yeah.
had 3 or more RBIs in 4 consecutive games.
This guy
Just
went off at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just off to an awesome
And how
start.
many years has he been playing now? He's only been
been in
around
the league a while.
About 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Really got his big break this past year
Right.
with the Orioles.
Right.
He was with the Rangers and
The Orioles. You could probably make a comeback, Dmitri, with the Orioles.
No.
Justin Upton.
Was he at 6 home runs? And that
Jeez.
tape measure shot he hit last night at
Yeah.
Miami?
The Braves. Watch out for the Braves.
Watch out. I mean, they're in first place.
I
They're
know,
6-1.
I know, but you gotta watch out for them. They're for real.
Yeah.
That
they're
outfield.
always that good.
That's the evil empire for Philly fans.
Some guys just go to some places and take over, and they feel comfortable. And I played in Atlanta, and I know what kind of place it is. And
Yes.
they've been doing the same shit. They've been doing the same shit there for the past 20, 25 years. Sherholtz, Bobby Cox, Freddie
Frank
Gonzalez used to
Frank
be under
Randall.
Bobby Cox.
I love Maddox.
So
Greg Maddox was
John Smoltz.
was the best.
Tom Glavine.
it's
Yeah.
like
What a-
Chipper Jones.
it's a great place to play, and those Upton boys, you're going to see. BJ hasn't lived
and
up to
that-
his
he's been-
potential, and we both know the kind of player he is, and you might just see that come out in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's real solid, and his brother, whew,
It's nice to play with a brother, right?
yeah, especially they're 2 years apart.
I'm not sure.
They're about 2 or 3
I
years
didn't,
apart.
I didn't
and-
Google him.
Oh, you didn't?
But we got some bad news to report.
That's not good.
Jared Weaver, broken
Oh,
left
yes.
elbow, out
No.
4 to. What have you been in a cave?
No, I didn't read that. I heard he was hurt.
4 to 6 weeks.
But
He's a non-throwing arm.
Uh-huh.
But I guess the question you ask now is, what's going to happen with the Angels? Do you think that they can just hold on?
Well, they weren't looking too good. They weren't
looking.
looking that good coming out of the box
know.
without him.
I know.
I mean, with him.
I know.
So I mean, well, the
CJ
Phillies are in the
Wilson's gonna
same
have to step
place.
up. Yeah.
Hamels got nailed
CJ
2 games in a row.
CJ
Holiday got nailed 2 games in a row. What the hell? Like,
Are we
Lee's the
talking
only
about
guy?
the Phillies
Yeah,
again?
well, suddenly we just got into the Phillies.
All right. Let me
But
say
hold on.
Phillies. Delman Young, Phillies.
C.J. Wilson's going to get his shot
Yeah,
tonight.
he's gonna have to step
Yeah.
up.
Against the
Pressure's on.
division champs. Oakland's
Yeah.
in town. Jared
Yeah.
Parker's on the mound for them.
Yeah.
Bob Melvin was a guest of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had him
Uh-huh.
on, and you know,
They went to the playoffs last year, the A's, didn't they?
they won the division. They
Right. Yeah,
they
no,
didn't
no.
spend a day in first place the whole
Yeah.
year until after game 162.
Yeah,
So
well, that's what you get with Moneyball.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it gets you to the playoffs, but not the World Series.
Hey, close enough.
Billy Bean. He's pushing all the right buttons.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Especially
Amazing move there.
especially with Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin. I know he was never my manager, but he was one of my coaches, and this guy is a stud, and if you can't play for him, then
Right.
you got a problem. You know, he's a great motivator, and he leads by example, and you never catch yourself looking over your shoulder. You don't worry about shit like that with him. So
It's cool.
it's why they're so successful. They got all
Yeah.
the young talent.
You think they'll be back?
You know,
You
for
think-
example, Lou Piniella couldn't coach the Oakland A's. His
Yeah.
old ass, his ego, you know, he'd be yelling at them fucking
He's
kids all day.
fiery. He's Lou.
No.
Lou.
He's-
Lou.
Yeah, you can
I love
you can
Pinella.
have him.
I loved him as a ball player.
That makes
loved him as a manager.
that makes one of us.
Yeah. You remember Earl Weaver? I mean, it was that
Yeah.
fiery guy kicking bases, throwing bases.
That was just that old school fiery
yeah,
mentality.
you gotta love that kind
When
of
your
guy.
manager's fired up, the
Yeah,
players
you get fired
yeah.
up. Billy Martin, who could be number one, comes trotting onto the
Yeah.
field.
I would love to hear the stories come out of his mouth about Reggie Jackson.
And vice versa.
Damn.
I was a big Jackson
Well,
fan.
I
loved
think
Jackson.
you think we should take a break, or do
Break!
you think
Break time.
Baseball,
yes.
play the baseball song.
Well, you know, when we come back,
Willie,
we're gonna
Mickey,
talk
and the
some
Duke,
Yankees.
yeah.
You know, the Yankees.
And Benito should be calling in.
yeah, it's
Yankees
4:30
deserve it.
already. Benito, where are you?
I am on a boat.
Benito.
we'll be back.
You're listening to the GoCast Network.
Hey, this is Carlos Alazraqui.
And Vince Don Vito from the Facebook Wars.
You gotta go listen to the Facebook Wars if you want to hear the right, correct perspective from the left. Carlos Alazraqui, the truth. Unlike my friend Vince.
Listen to the two guys be unreasonably reasonable.
Fight on Facebook. Bring it to us. We'll talk about how you fight, why you fight. What are you doing on Facebook fighting with people? We love it.
Let's kiss and make up.
Fight. Hi, this is Tom Dreesen. I started out in show business with a comedy team. It was called Tim and Tom. I thought we were the funniest twosome that ever lived, and then I met Dick and Darren. I'm convinced we were the funniest twosome that ever lived.
Hey guys, Fraser Smith here. You know, I have this podcast at the John Lovitz Network, and I'm just really working off some of the money that I owe John for the 3 years that I opened for him on the road. You know, John has kind of a different system where you have to pay him to work with him, and apparently I ran up quite a bill. So anyway, I'm doing this podcast, and if you have any sponsorship ideas, please let me know, because I have to pay John back, and this guy's a freak.
Hey guys, this is Danny Trejo, and when I'm in Huntington Beach, I go to my favorite restaurant, the Second Floor. The Second Floor has my favorite food, and man, you have to see their colossal burgers. You need a damn machete just to cut them. And they were just voted the best fusion art restaurant. Tattoo art from some of the biggest names like Jack Rudy and Rick Walters. Every Thursday night, art shows featuring legends to local artists come in, and you can meet them in person. You can buy the art right off the walls, and all sales go right to the artist. After 10 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, well-known DJs spinning an eclectic mix of music, and you gotta check out their late night menu. Go visit them on the web, check out their great menu, upcoming art shows, and your favorite DJ. Located at 126 Main Street, downtown Huntington Beach. Second Floor. I'll see you there.
We're the Old
Money Boys.
Listen to Balancing Act Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the GoCast Network.
Greg Buckstar Sides here for the GoCast Network.
I'm Gary Garver, formerly of the Howard Stern Show, and I love the GoCast Network, Greg. It's awesome.
I love the GoCast Network too, and you know what I love about it is the partnerships we have, like with Ustream.
I dig Ustream.
Me too. What a great place to watch live content like we do 30 shows a week live.
Yeah, we're kicking ass here at the GoCast Network. And how can people check out our shows on Ustream?
Well, what they can do is they can go to gocastnetwork.com, click on the little live preview, boom, it opens right up. You're watching on GoCast, and bonuses to Ustream because guess what? It's their little thing.
We got some great shows here.
We do.
Check us out. GoCast Network.
GoCast Network.
We're back on the GoCast Network.
We're back on F.Y.I. and we have our caller. Welcome to F.Y.I. Is this Mr. Benito Santiago? Hello.
Hit the middle button.
The middle button?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello?
Because he's not there.
Oh, bummer.
Must have went to take a piss.
Oh,
man.
You blew it, dude.
Who blew it? We had a long break.
Man.
We had a long break. That was your fault,
Man, I
Robert.
wanted to talk
You're
to
the one
you,
that wanted.
man.
You're the one that wanted to
take a break.
Yeah, it was break time. Let me tell him to call back,
please.
We lost him.
He'll come back.
Yeah, call him.
You got him? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
hold on.
While we're waiting,
Well, let's talk about my T-shirt here.
All right.
Anybody recognize that? That was 1999 when I went Blonde Ambition.
Wow.
Do that again. Do that. Toot toot.
You look good in yellow.
I'm hating on him.
And then this T-shirt here.
Oh God.
Yeah. Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
That's
the phone
winner.
is ringing. The phone is ringing. Answer it, Robert, because I'm holding up the T-shirt.
Everything okay?
Hey there,
Hey.
Benny. It's Dmitri and Robert and Richie Cantor. Welcome to FYI, sir.
Is Dmitri there?
Yes, this is him. How you doing, sir? Benny. Benny. Hello?
Hello?
Benny, come in, Benny.
Uh-oh.
Benny.
Sabotage here at the GoCast Network. Strikes again.
Oh, no.
Shocker.
Wow. Our caller calls in.
Switch microphones.
Oh.
Switch microphones?
Yeah. Yeah. No, man.
He hung up again.
I'll get it.
Uh-oh.
This is actually...
We'll get him. I
this is
know
more-
we'll get him.
No, I actually like this. This is more fun.
We've got
Eats up
25
time
minutes to get him.
allows me to be
We don't
the-
want to lose
you know,
our listening
Well,
audience.
you know, this time allows me to be a comedian here.
Oh.
I get to make fun of the GoCast Network, and then everybody from the GoCast Network goes home and cries. Oh. But no, the GoCast Network has been great to us.
They've been very, very good to
I
us.
do bag on them a lot, but it's all good fun. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
Because we're no pros at this. We're a bunch of rookies.
And probably neither are they.
And we're
so.
making mistakes all the time. No, they are kind of pros at it. We got Dick here, who is got the #1 show here in L.A.
Hey, go ahead, Dick.
#1.
Yeah,
That's right, bitches.
Hey, we got the we got the
What up?
we got the #1 sports show here at the GoCast Network.
Whoa,
we are the only sports show here at the
There
GoCast
you go.
Network.
We are.
There you go.
We're competing
Hey.
against ourselves.
Yeah, you know.
I think the phone problem is on his end because we had callers earlier today and it worked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it's on his end.
On his end.
Well, maybe try to call him again. Maybe text him or something. Say, hey, try one more time. Or
Well, I think Jensen's trying to call him now.
Jansen's on it. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for him, let's
talk about something else.
Well, I want to talk about the Yankees, and I want to talk about
talk about
the guys that have hurt and the subs. You know what they're doing. I think their record's 3-4, but
3-4.
They
considering what they came
they're
out
holding
with,
down the fort right now.
Well, their pitching isn't hurt.
Bunch of cast-offs in
There
the
you go.
lineup.
Yeah, Pettit pitched big first game out.
He's pitching
Yes, he
tonight.
did.
So
8 innings. I think he let up 1 run.
yeah,
Look what
You know.
CC Sabathia did against Justin Verlander.
Oh, and they needed that big time. Because
Yes,
first
they
time
did.
out, he got blown out. They nailed him.
Yep, this is going to be
Yeah.
the true test for Girardi. We
Yeah.
will see what kind of manager he is, how he can pull the strings this
Well,
year.
again, you got ball players that got to come out and they've got to perform.
Yeah, but you got to push the right buttons. It's a little different in baseball.
All right, let's try this again.
Hey,
Benny, this is Dmitri. Can you hear me?
I think he's messing with us. I really.
Hello?
Hello.
this is the F.Y.I. show.
What's going on? This is Benito. What's
Hey.
happening?
Hey, Benny, how's it going? This is Robert Fick. I'm here with Dmitri Young and Richie Canner. First of all, thanks for coming on the show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Anytime. How you?
Man, just wanted to talk to you. It's been a while.
Hello?
Benny.
Maybe he can't hear you.
Days and our time together in Cincinnati.
Well, brother, I'd rather be over there in California than over here in Miami. But I'll say this is the sunshine state. So, I'm doing very good. I'm doing well, and everything is good. How you guys doing over there?
We are actually earthquake-proof right now, and we are just doing our television vodcast show, and we also have our hidden clinics and running camps out here for the little kids around here.
That's great, man, and I'd like to hear that, and I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you, Benny. One quick question: do you still have your Gold Gloves and your Rookie of the Year trophy? Because I would buy it from you. I'm a big time collector. I bought Robert Fick's last home run at Tiger Stadium bat.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, you know what?
That thing wasn't worth shit, though, Benny. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. But a matter of fact, it was a company that come up on that, but my trophy belonged to my kids, so we had a little conversation about it. And you know what? I would think about it. I would think about that because usually, most of the time, these trophies, at some point, they're gonna end it up, that we have to throw it to the garbage, because everything, share it, and like a baseball ball that the people sign, they go away. Gold glove, the face they go away. So.
Benito, you'll let me know where the garbage is that you're throwing all this stuff into.
Right.
Will you do that for me?
I hear you, my brother. I hear you, man. I hear you. So you'll be the number one.
Thank you, sir. I want to ask you one quick question. Benito, is it true you had a 20-year career? Is that true in the majors?
Well, let me tell you about this. A lot of people thinking that's 20 years, but I play 18 years and in 1 month. And the month I'm talking about was the month in 86, and after that I started in 87 without you people know that I was the Rookie of the Year, and I was my first year in 87. So
and that was with, that was with the Padres?
Yes.
Yeah, it was with the Padres, but you guys talking about 20 years, and I'm talking about 18 and a month, but to me it feels like it's 22 years.
Okay. Yeah, hey, Benny. This is Robert Fick. We're on the phone here with Benito Santiago. We were talking earlier before you were on the line about you and your career. And, I grew up a catcher and watching you, you pretty much reinvented the game back there behind the plate. You brought a different swag back there, behind the plate, beside the plate.
Yeah.
Me growing up. I wanted to be like you. You weren't necessarily my favorite player, but man, you were doing it, and if you were catching, you wanted to be like Benito. So I guess my question to you is, who did you want to be like? Like who taught you how to be like this? Because what? As
a young kid, we, one of those Tony Peñas, and actually. in Puerto Rico, there was a game, like a game of the week, and we only have a chance to play to see it on Saturday, 1 o'clock. And, at that time, and I remember I was a young kid, but at that time I have the projection of Johnny Bench, because Johnny Bench was the biggest name as a catcher, and then I just followed that, and the funny stuff is, and I was a shortstop, and when I was 15, the catcher never showed up to the game, so that's how I connected to be a catcher. And then a couple of years later, I signed, so I was, blessed on that. But I use those guys, hey, listen, if you want to be good, you got to follow the big players, the best players, and I always teach that, and I have several kids over here that teach baseball. And I just tell them, right now, like in a catcher situation, for example, and I want these kids to learn, I just told him, flat out, go and see a St. Louis game, and it's a kid that named Yadier Molina, and you see him and you learn how to catch.
Sure.
That's the thing that you have to do. You have to pick up good catchers to learn how to catch, and you have to pick up good hitters to learn how to hit. So that's the way the drill is on, and that's what I'm teaching these kids right now.
That is good to know there, Benny. Benny, I know your kids, and well, it's been a few years since I've seen any of your kids. Can you talk about them on air?
Well, you know what? I've been blessed. Dmitri, I've been very blessed. I have kids that they usually go to school, and I have my 24 years old right now that he's in basketball. This kid that dropped him in baseball the only year he played, and he decided to come to me and told me not to go. And, I'm telling that to you because this is exactly what happened. And I say, as a Puerto Rican kid, anybody give me a chance, I will go. But the kid don't have the desire to play the baseball, He told me flat out, hey, Benito, my spirit is in basketball. And I have to understand that. And I don't think he make a wrong choice because he just graduated in a school named Cumberland, close to Nashville in Tennessee. And then he just graduated in sport management without going to need him one day. And, things going well for him, and he not decide to go to Chicago Cubs. And he's just playing basketball right now. But on the other hand, I have a 17-year-old kid that he can flat out catch. He's a great catcher, and he can flat out play the position behind the plate. So I'm very happy. I'm very fortunate. I'm a fortunate guy, and I have a great career in baseball, and my kids continue to have it. And right now I have one in baseball and one in basketball. So I might go to the Miami Heat and watch some games, and I might go to the Marlins game and watch some games. So I can be that, man. I'm just very happy about myself right now and about the way that they accomplish their own things. And, I'm a retired person right now. I'll be 50 in a couple of years, so I'm feeling like a grandpa with how I am.
I bet you can still catch.
I just try to follow them for the right track, and they be able to do, not to do mistakes that I did in the past, and that's what the goal is for me.
That is beautiful. I'm glad that all the kids are doing well, and Owen is.
But I hear your kid is doing very well also, and you have a brother that we used to see it in the batting cage, that he became big, man. So at the same time, I'm happy for you at the same time because we play in Cincinnati and we have a great time over there. But
yes, we did.
At that time, we never accomplished, and we never think about things that we can do in the past. And we in the past right now, man, and, I excited for you and I excited for myself also.
Well, thank you there, Benny, and thank you for calling. And we're getting ready to talk about what the Fick is going on our show. And if you ever come back out to L.A. in this area, you got to come up to Camarillo, and I'll show you what the West Coast is like again.
Hey, we got one more
question. There we go.
We have one more question, Benny. I got one more question for you.
Go ahead.
2002, with the Giants, the run you guys had, you were NLCS MVP. All the things that's happened with Barry Bonds in his career. One thing one thing I can say, whether I like him or I don't, is Barry Bonds is the best hitter to ever play this fucking game. No ifs, ands, buts about it. What was it like to be a part of that and watch that dude? Because, I was a catcher, you're a catcher. You couldn't get this guy out. You couldn't get him out front. He stayed behind everything, What was it like to be around this guy? Something we don't know about him.
I learned, Barry Bonds is a great human being, and I learned that I played against him since minor leagues, by the way, when he used to be with Pittsburgh. And, Barry Bonds is a guy that you have to understand, and I understand the guy. I play with him, and usually he made me so popular because I hit behind him and used to walk in to preach me. So, I always got good things to say about Barry. And the misunderstanding, I understand that. And every human being had the right to approach a player and to talk about the player. So we understand that. We live in America, come on. We got to understand all this stuff. But I played with him for 3 years together. And I played against him going through minor leagues. This is a guy that, he got his mistakes. But, when I say mistakes is when, the young kids approach him, he has a different mentor for that. And that's the way that he raised, we say that. But now, and I used to talk to Barry, you know Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
I used to tell Barry, you can be the Michael Jordan in baseball. And he can, but, as myself, as a player, I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. He made mistakes that he required that today, and he don't go into those mistakes again because I know Barry since day one, and I know Barry since day two. And Barry is an extremely different person right now because you have to sometimes take time to know who you are really. But the guy is a great human being. I play with him. I love him to death. I still connecting with him. And I say, because all that mistake without every player commit, and they happen to all of us, he's learning at the same way they are learning too. So, we don't have to go too far on that.
Is he the best hitter you ever saw?
Oh, my God, brother. You know what? I should have a videotape hitting behind him and sitting in the on-deck cycle with a camera like those TV guys do it to show the action on the plate. Because I experienced the best home run hitter and the best hitter in my life. And I played with Jack Clark, Fred Lim, great netters. They go on and beyond, but nobody was like Barry, man.
Did you have to referee, Benny, between Barry and Jeff Kent?
Oh, man, I did. The whole thing is so, a famous thing as Jeff Kent, I love him to death too. He played hard, and whatever who played hard, I like him. And it was a misunderstanding from those two, in the same way that I misunderstood Barry. So it was a lot. It was just about 1 minute that we can get together and have a conversation and straighten everything up. But it seemed like it never happened, But those two guys, they love each other, So they played together there. They made San Francisco who they are today. And they love each other, People think, kind of different stuff. But as knowing Barry and I know Jeff, and nothing going on in there. They can go home and have a good dinner and have a good drink and go home in their life.
Sound like true baseball players.
Yep. 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover, Benito Santiago. Thank you so much.
Thank you there, Benny. And I still teach kids to pee on their blisters.
Hey, anytime, guys. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. I just opened my own agency about baseball, and I got all the people that they can create good things for these players because, don't get me wrong, everybody that had out of the game with me, and the people don't teach us about the money and about where they put $1.
Sure.
And a lot of people been suffering right now. So I'm opening a good agency, in the next few months, and just to get these people to get everything right because I got the people to back me up, and I've been doing this for the last 2 years. But I'm about ready to go up there, and it's going to happen in the next 4 months. So be allowed of that.
Where can we put our applications in? Where can I send my resume?
Well, Robert is sending a resume. I want a job with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we connect on that. I just want to, and right now that's going to happen. I want to know for sure that this thing is going to happen where I was going to happen. And I have I'm prepared to, take care of players out there as an agent and as a group. They have already. They're located over here in Miami. They're very well-known people, and they are allowed to back me up. And, I want to do this because a lot of kids is getting hurt up there, and people don't know anything like that. The only player that play over 10 years and 15 years like you and I doesn't want to know about what's going on with this. And a lot of people's getting hurt, and I want to be up there to try to make the best thing for this case, man, and I think I have it already.
Well, thank you very much, Benny. We're about to go off the air now, so I will give you a call about that, all right?
I'll be by for the garbage, buddy. Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for everything, Benny. Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
Anytime. You guys can wake me up at 5 anytime, all right?
Peace.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. Dmitri, good luck, brother.
Thank you, Benny.
He was great. Wasn't he great?
Yes, he was. Now, we have a couple of minutes left, and we have not said what was going on What the Fick Were You Thinking, sponsored by Upper Deck.
Today's What the Fick Were You Thinking is Michigan basketball coach John Beilein. What the fick was he thinking? Two things. He's Trey Burke, College Player of the Year. Got a couple early fouls. I believe he sat him for 12 minutes with 2 fouls. What the fick was he thinking? The guy didn't have 3 fouls. He wasn't looking to pick up his 4th. He had 2 fouls. This was Louisville.
He's saving them for next year in the NBA.
I'm sorry. I know Spike. I know the little dude Spike Albrecht was tearing it up, but we all saw that was slowly fading.
Yeah,
and,
he got tired. He got tired.
And
I think that's why Louisville won the game.
How can you not trust Burke to come back and not pick up his 3rd foul? I'm sorry. The coach had no trust in his main dude, and that's why they lost the game, because they lost that big lead and they lost all momentum. And anybody that watched that game knew that Louisville was going to come out in the second half, and no matter what, they were going to win that game. Because
what should we do to the coach? Tar and feather?
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Mark Short would fire his ass. That's all I know.
Yeah, he's got that Vince McMahon.
But next week we're supposed to have Domingo Ayala, not confirmed.
Okay.
Could be a mystery guest.
It could be a mystery guest.
Barry Bonds.
Thanks to Richie for
thank you, Richie,
coming in.
Thank you. My fun, guys. Great show.
Thank you, Benito Santiago.
Keep listening to these guys.
Thanks for not talking so much.
Peace.
Is that it? It's over?
That's it. Next week.
Dodger Stadium.
I said